Is this on? Hello, hello, hello? Hello, no ho, okay. Including your wife, who I understand is a birthday today? Well, look, my wife has a rule in her family. When somebody's birthday, you sing happy birthday. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valen. Happy birthday to you. And by the way, even if I didn't want to do this, I'd be in real trouble. My daughter's a social worker, and this is what she does. And so if I didn't, I'd be in real trouble with my Ashley. You got an Ashley, we got an Ashley. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Completely pardoned and their entire record expunged. So that if they have to ask, have you ever been, you can honestly say no. No one earning, by the way, no one earning less than $400,000 a year pays a single penny more in taxes. And we're making this progress at the same time, reduce the deficit. You know, you're going to talk about big spending Democrats again? Guess what? I reduced the deficit last year, $350 billion. And this year, federal deficit is down $1 trillion plus. Hear me, that's a fact. And there's going to be hundreds of billions reduced over the next decade. But so what? These guys are the fiscally, they're fiscally demented, I think. They don't quite get it. Corporations cheat on their taxes at the expense of ordinary middle-class taxpayers. You know, all these new IRS agents we have is because they fired a lot of them and a lot of retiring. And guess what? Who needs serious agents to know what they're doing and not doing? The billionaires. And they campaigned on inflation. They didn't say if elected their plan was to make inflation worse. Plus, House Republicans introduced another bill on the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, blocking action that would help lower gasoline prices and help consumers. Let me be clear. If any of these bills happen to reach my desk, I will veto them. Any of them. One more thing. I don't want to hear a word from the other side about my student debt relief plan. Let me tell you why I say that. It's going to help tens of millions, and they're complaining about some kid being able to take away $20,000 in student debt that keeps him and his wife or his husband, her husband, from being able to buy a home. Give me a break. Give me a break. Currently, the only thing blocking my plan is them suing us. My administration is making the case to the Supreme Court, and I'm confident in the legal authority to carry out our plan. You know me. I said you had my back. I said I'd have yours on this one and so much more. I have your back. And finally, we're addressing the cruel fact that a black family's homes, often appraised, I said, at much lower value than the homes owned, the same home owned by white families. So I'm proud I signed a law that permanently authorizes the Minority Small Business Development Agency for the first time in our history. And it gives expanded authority to help even more black-owned businesses grow. My administration also oversees hundreds of billions of dollars in federal contracts. And folks, in that, when I sign those, when we award those contracts, I made a commitment, increasing from what is now roughly 10% of those contracts going to minority businesses to 15%, by 2025. And the share of those dollars are going to go to small business and disadvantaged businesses, including black and brown-owned businesses. That's going to mean an additional $100 billion going into the creation of these small businesses. $100 billion. I made a commitment to you, Al. I said I'm going to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court, and she's about the smartest one of all of them, I might add. And by the way, we have appointed more black women to the federal circuit courts than every other president in American history combined. Every single president combined